Is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here, and I am back with some more Warhammer news. Now, this is kind of a little bit late, but something that I feel like a lot of people are overlooking right now. This video will primarily deal with the new Dwarven, not really expansion, but overhaul for Mortal Empires and Total War Warhammer 2. Now, I do apologize, guys, for not being able to post any videos the past couple days. I've been really busy with work, and between that and let's just call it technical difficulties, it has been hard for me to get any content put together. So I figured, what the heck, let's pull this together. It's probably going to be a little bit shorter anyway. So without that being said, let's get into this. So the Dwarves. So we are getting I want to call it like a Slayer overhaul. First off, Ungrim Iron Fist is being moved from the regular starting position of Krazak Krak for all the dwarves, and he's being moved to Krak Kadrin, where he should have been the entire time. It is the Slayer Keep. He's the king of that hold. It just makes sense. But CA, in their defense, in the original game, they weren't taking a lot of risks, and they didn't want to, I guess, make things overly complicated, so they kind of simplified. Especially all these starting races have a very simplified lord choices and how they operated and what makes them special and whatnot. So they're going out on more of a limb now, and Ungrim will be starting in Krak Kadrin. In addition to that, we are getting some new units in the giant slayers. So they are just regular slayers, technically, but they've got great axes. So they're going to be armor piercing and anti-large. So they're going to have an excellent unit for taking down large, heavily armored monsters and or heavy cav now. Which previously slayers did pretty good against most large units, but especially large, heavy cavalry would easily do some serious damage to slayers before they took it down. Eventually they would take it down, but they really needed to be paired with thunderers or quarrelers or something like that to really be cost effective. So with this, they will be able to take down all the large dinos. That's what I think is the preparation for this, for the Mortal Empires campaign. If they start running across dinosaurs, especially the faster moving ones, like the Carnosaurs, they're going to need something that can take them down quick. So, dwarves are getting that. In addition to that, they are updating their unique buildings in the various holds and whatnot. This is very similar to what we have in the Total War Warhammer 2 core races and the any expansions that will be coming out, like the Tomb Kings and everything else that's been out. Whereas when you go to a specific settlement, it'll have unique buildings that you can build there. A lot of the original races had just a handful, really. And CA is going throughout the old world and possibly some of the new world as well, and adding in extra trade resources and unique buildings that will affect the campaign for the old races, which is a good thing. So far, we just have it for the dwarves, and I think there's going to be a few for the Norse skins, but that gives us high hopes on the horizon for the other races, that they will be revisiting them with future DLCs. Now, the really big overhaul here for the dwarves is actually called the Forge. And essentially what it is CA is taking the idea of the Tomb Kings being able to craft your own weapons, and armor, talismans, things like that. And of course the dwarves, you know, they're all about smithing. They're all about making things. So it just made sense. And they have a unique mechanic to make their own custom unique weapons and armor, in addition to looting them after battles like you normally would. And in addition to this, they are using a resource, because of course they're not going to use canopic jars. It's called Oath Gold, which is made up, but I mean it isn't, but it is. Anyways, they are be using Oath Gold to fund their crafting of items. So similar to the Tomb Kings, your lords can get them, and then there will be certain buildings. I believe it is the armory buildings that can generate the Oath Gold for you to make your items. And there are several different unique items in place. And of course, they will also be getting the golden idols now. Whenever you take over a gold mine, you'll be getting those golden idols as a trade resource. That's kind of a new thing for the Total War Warhammer 2. Where previously, the older factions, you would just get gold. You wouldn't get anything to trade with, really. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Now, that's pretty much it for the dwarves, but it is a big overhaul, and I think it sets a good precedent for the other races that we have in the past. So the Empire can easily benefit from the same system. I would think Bretonnia would as well. Even Chaos, honestly, they do some forging, especially if we ever get the Dawizar, the Chaos Dwarfs. That would be freaking awesome. They would definitely need some kind of mechanic like this. So this is a step in the right direction from CA, going back and revisiting this old content like I hoped they would, to bring them into being viable options to play with in the new setting. Because right now in Warhammer 2, the new races dominate the multiplayer scene, pretty much. The old races somewhat hold up. A few of them do. The Beastmen, Wood Elves, I mean, all of them are viable in an extent, but this is really making them powerhouses and bringing them up to be on par with the current races we have. So anything CA does to touch on the old races and bring them to us, especially for free, I am all for. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you guys all very soon. Oh, and yes, I do have a new gameplay series I'm starting, so I will be, hopefully, God willing, with no technical issues, be uploading that to you guys tomorrow. So as always, I have been Jumbo Thick. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good day.